Hey guys, Steve here from Coils and Coins Detecting, and welcome to another video in this beautiful setting out in the bush. Today we're on the cusp of 10,000 subscribers, which is pretty exciting because I really didn't think the channel would grow to be that size. A couple of years ago when I started it, it was really just a hobby, and I thought some people might have some interest in what we got up to. So turns out there are a lot of people who enjoy the same things, getting out into the bush with a detector, trying to find a few relics, a few coins. Doesn't really matter what you find, it's just to get out here is the reward really for me. And when you can share it with other people, that's even better. So thank you very much to everybody who's subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. And that way you'll get to see all the videos that we post when we come out to these remote sites. We find some cool stuff, and we also tell the stories. There's a lot of people who lived out in this area, in the foothills of Mount Wellington, in Hobart, Tasmania. They did it pretty tough out here, and a lot of them came out here in the late 1800s, early 1900s, trying to make their way. Given a bit of land to work, came out here. It's pretty rough. They had to clear it themselves. They had to do all of it themselves. A lot of it was reliant on horses, so we do find a lot of horse tack and horse-related items out here. But these people farmed this land, worked very hard, built their houses, often out of the rock that's in the area. But also there are bricks here. At times we do find bricks, and a lot of timber was used. But this entire area, all around me, for miles and miles, was burnt out in a really savage bushfire in 1967, and a lot of this was lost. A lot of the structures that were mostly timber are obviously well and truly gone, and trying to locate those, that's where the research comes in. And we spend a lot of time researching, trying to find these kinds of locations. The more remote the better, the harder to find the better, because it means nobody's been there probably with a detector, and that just improves our chances of finding something unique. And a reminder of what used to be here and the way people used to live their lives. Very different to how we live our lives today, and for me, it's quite sad. It's sad to think that these people spent a lot of time and it was all destroyed. But they were probably very happy. I suspect they were much happier than we are today, even with all our technology and all our mod cons. I think they lived a pretty simple life, and I think they got their priorities pretty right. I don't know that we have the same, I can say the same. But anyway, we're up here, we're looking for it, we're finding some pretty cool stuff. So again, thank you for your support. I hope the channel continues to grow, and I hope we continue to find some amazing places to visit. And yeah, I'm sure you'll be along for the ride. So let's get hunting. I'm back at a site that kind of started things for me. This site is one of the first places I ever came with my metal detector looking for relics, and it's kind of sparked that interest that I have today. So quite fitting that I come back here today, and yeah, to reach, hopefully by the time I finish this video and edit it and everything, it will be over 10,000 subscribers. So just great. I love it. All right, let's get on with it, see what we can find. Got the Manticore today. Got a few funky settings that I've set up for the Manticore today, which I might share with you guys at some point. I just want to work with them a bit more yet, make sure they're actually good settings to share, because I don't want to confuse anyone. I don't want to confuse myself. So I'll tweak these as I go. When I get them spot on, I'll share them with you guys so you can give them a go as well. All right, let's get on with it. Well, I've got to say, this is probably one of the most challenging sites I've ever used the Manticore in, mainly because of the ground. It's just really uneven, and there's lots of trees down and limbs in the way and that kind of thing, but there's so much iron, it's impossible to hear almost. But the first repeatable target I got was this. It's the first decent target I've had, believe it or not. Everything else has been very, very iffy. At least this is actually something, because all the other stuff I've found has been iron. This is a button, part of a button, I would say. Not that old, I don't think, but at least I heard that and it stood out. So we'll keep working this area and we'll see what else we can find here, but this is going to be very, very challenging. But that's okay, I'm up for a challenge, and I'll learn more about the Manticore while I'm doing it. So you've got to put the hours in to learn, that's just how it goes. All right, let's keep hunting. Since good, solid, repeatable targets are hard to come by, I'm going to record pretty much all of them. So there's a mid-40s target here. Nice and repeatable at least. On the non-ferrous, it's about 3 bars down, just about there somewhere. So I'm expecting some sort of relic here. Such a difficult site. And I'm almost of a mind at the moment that the Equinox 800 with the 6-inch coil is still the right weapon for this kind of site. I just think it's more concise, it's more definite. We've got something round. It's more definite, definitely easier to pinpoint targets, definitely easier to home in on things. What have we got here? Probably a button or a rivet or something along those lines, I reckon. It's the right kind of shape. Let's see, it could be a button. All right, let me give it a bit of a scrub with the brush and we'll come back and have a closer look at it. Guys, not too sure what this is. I don't think it's a button. I think it could just be a stud, like a metal stud off something, off a bolt maybe, or I don't know, off horse tack maybe, I don't know. The building itself. But at least it was a fairly definite signal compared to everything else. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Not too far away from that last object, we've got another repeatable tone here. 60, mid-60s, right on the non-ferrous. Just about there somewhere, which is promising, about 3 bars down. Nice to find something interesting. Ground's quite hard here. It's not too deep, whatever it is. Oh wow, cool. Our first nice relic, I would say. Quite a decorative little piece. It's a 5-pointed floral star type or snowflake type object. Looks like it's got a bit of a mounting point in the back. Yeah, it's got some holes in it. That's a pretty cool piece. Nice, it was worth persisting. I'm sure there's other nice targets like this around too. Possibly a coin or two, so we just got to be patient, but that's nice. All right, I'll clean that up with a brush. Let's have a closer look. Well, I don't know what it's off, but it's quite pretty. A nice little decoration, got the holes through it, and a centerpiece there where it probably joined something. I don't know what. That could be off. If you know what that is, please comment below and let me know. I'd love to know what that came from. No text on it, no writing anywhere, just the pretty decoration. It's quite heavy. It's not lead. I think it might be brass or something, or a copper alloy or something along those lines, but cool, nice little find. All right, let's see what else we can find around here. All right guys, well that right there is the reality of relic metal detecting and metal detecting in general out in the bush, looking for relics and coins. Sometimes you just don't find anything much at all. Today was one of those days. Spent some time with the Manticore, mucked around with some settings. The site I was on, very, very high in iron, very difficult site. I still think the Equinox 800 with the 6-inch coil is pretty much unbeatable at those kinds of sites, and I think I'll be using that machine more as I was before. I think the Manticore is awesome on the beach. I think it's brilliant on the park. I just don't think it comes anywhere near the 800 in these scrubby environments. So, and mainly it's because you're just getting, I think, too much information. The Equinox 800 keeps it simple. It homes in with a 6-inch coil on specific targets. You can separate targets from the iron, and you just tend to find more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. So at least that's my findings. All right, so thanks for joining me on the hunt, guys. Again, thank you so much for the support for the channel, reaching 10,000 subscribers. Such a great milestone, really proud of that achievement, and hopefully we can keep the channel rolling. So please keep commenting. If you haven't subscribed in the past, please consider doing that for me. That would be great support. And in the future, I'm looking forward to bringing out some new things to the channel, some new information, some new settings, even probably some merch or something. Let me know if you're interested in that sort of stuff, what you would like. I'm thinking of doing some custom tools as well, which would help in this sort of environment and just detecting in general. So keep an eye out for that. All right, time to go. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next hunt. Happy hunting, good luck, stay safe. Well, hey there guys, Steve here from Coils and Coins Detecting, and we're back out onto an old bush site. We do know there used to be a house here back in the day, back in the 40s, 30s, 20s. We're not sure how far back it goes, but it definitely does show a main building and possibly two outbuildings in this area. We have been here a couple of times before. We found some pretty cool stuff. I found an old snake buckle. Jay found a rising sun hat badge, and a few old coins and bits and pieces, and other signs of habitation. So we're back out for another look. The weather's a lot better than yesterday. We came up here yesterday and got blown off the hill. It was absolutely pouring in the end and blowing like no one's business, so we had to get out. But we've come back today and the weather's glorious, so hopefully we can find a bit more. All right, we'll come back when we get some decent targets. See you soon. Okay, so we've got a good signal just here, 2122. Right down here. What a punchy little signal. We've got ourselves a coin. It did sound good. I'll come in and show you. Just in here, looks like we got ourselves maybe a half-penny. Nice. Yep, it's a kangaroo half-penny. It's the first decent signal I've had. And 1946, I believe. That'll be George the 6th. There he is. What a ripper. It's a good find. Let's see what else we can get around here. Got a signal here that was scratchier than it is now, as a third out of 30, and there's definite signs of there having been a house here. Bit of old plumbing, bit of brass, an old brass tap. That's a beauty. Alright, let's keep scrounging around this area. Got a pretty scratchy signal here. It was a 15 before. Very, very scratchy. Anyway, I've dug that one up, and I think we've got part of an old lantern here. You can see the spindle on the side. It's pretty well smashed up though. Alright, yeah, there's no doubt going to be lots of this sort of stuff here, and some of the signals sound horrible, so you're just tempted not to dig them, but you just never know what's in the ground. We'll keep checking it out. Nice little 18 target just here. Seems fairly small. It's a bit hard work finding targets today. Just don't seem to be too many small obvious ones. Yes, here's something we find a few of around here. It's an old shotgun shell. Not that old. Plenty of kangaroos up here, so that's what that'll be for. It's just got a high tone here underneath the these fallen trees. It's I think it was about a 30. So it's an area I haven't really explored yet. I don't know. It sounds a little bit on the larger side, but you just don't know until you check these things out, do you? And that is a massive harmonica reed. That's why it sounded so good. You find a lot of these here. That's a big one. That's what she said. Yep, harmonica reeds. They always sound great. Let's keep searching. With a 6-inch coil, I've been able to pick out a little squeaker just in here. 23. But it's surrounded by other objects. So it could be a coin in amongst the iron. So we'll check it out. There we go. It's a coin. It's not a halfpenny though. Don't know what that is. Let's clean it up with a brush. Could be a 2-cent piece. Alright, just a sec, I'll come back. Well guys, it's far more exciting than a 2-cent piece. I think what we've got here is an old English farthing. And I can't quite make the date out, but maybe 1876, maybe 1826, I'm not sure. See if we can zoom in a bit with the camera. The date's across the bottom, but it's just too hard to see at the moment. I'll have to clean that up. But it's probably going to be Queen Victoria, I reckon. I can't quite make out the detail on that side without cleaning it up a bit more. I'll let you know if that's what it is, but that's pretty cool. Until now, I haven't found anything before 1900, so we did suspect it might be here. It's been hard work finding it, I tell you. Been digging a lot of stuff, but that's given me new hope. All right, let's keep searching. I'll subtitle below what this is once I can clearly identify it. But it's definitely got Seated Britannia on that side, so it's English. All good. Let's keep going. Okay, so with the 6-inch coil, I've been able to find a few good little targets. Now that farthing was buried. This signal here is pretty clear. 2122, right there. And that sounds really good. That's really punching through, that one. So we could have something cool here. But I think that farthing might be 1826 or so. So that's really interesting. We did think this site was older than what we've been finding. So that does help verify that. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Aha. That's why it sounded so good. It's a whopping great big penny. Let's see if it's an older one or not. Don't think so. It looks like a kangaroo penny probably. Oh no, maybe not. It's George V on there. Is it a Commonwealth penny? Give it a bit of a go with the brush and show you what we get. Alright, so after a bit of a scrub with the brush, we've got ourselves a beautiful little 1911 Commonwealth penny. Not in bad nick either. George V, 1911, so that's a couple of older coins. So we're now in an area where we're starting to find some coins, but there's a lot of iron masking them, so we've had to slow right down, tweak our settings a little bit, and thankfully we've got the 6-inch coil. Otherwise we would have no hope probably of hearing them. So awesome. Let's keep searching this little area, see if we can find some more goodies. Just continuing to work this area with a 6-inch coil. And I've got a little squeaker here. It's bouncing around a bit though. It's about a 30. It's not giving me a nice clear signal like a coin, but it could be something else interesting. So, but you just don't know, do you? Okay. There's a little nail. I don't think that's what it was though. It might have been falsing iron, it's possible. Had plenty of that here, I know. Oh, we got something interesting, guys. Something interesting down in the hole just popped out. I thought it was a coin, but I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? Just there. Let's get it out and have a look. Could be a little badge. Oh, it's part of a key. Tricked me. Thought it was a badge. Part of the old key for the front door, maybe. Hey guys, so we're finished for the day. Just heading out. Towards the end of my recording session today, it was a slight technical hitch. His name's Steve, and I forgot to put my microphone back on, so some of that audio towards the end just doesn't exist. So they might make it as B-roll. But we did find a second farthing in the end, which is all bent, and another half penny, 1926 I think. So found a few coins in the end. And some other cool stuff. So thanks for watching the video. I'll try and get my act together for the next one, and yeah, please like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. It does help the channel grow. We're over 10,000 now, so that's pretty exciting, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.